What's up, and welcome to episode 40 of NCP. We are in the final stretch of season 4. The stakes could not be higher, but I know I got at least one person in this call who's pretty stoked with results. We got the regulars tonight. Colin, how are you doing?
I'm good.
What's your general vibe check of your performance this season versus last season?
Um, well, let's see. Last season I finished with 10 points, was it?
Yeah.
And with 2 weeks left, I have 19 points. So things are going twice as good.
Did you really drop? You got more points with the did in an 8 week season than you did with PD double dry bones in a
I
10
got
week
more
season.
points with the did in a 2 week season last year than I did in the 8 weeks with PD.
Oh my god, dude, that's so freaking ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense. Um, but we also got MLT here tonight, the CDO of SPL. How you doing, Ham?
Doing all right. I think I'm in a little worse spot than Colin, but can't complain.
How do you feel about like your odds of promoting this season kind of versus like this place last season?
This place last season I was over the moon because I think I had to play a princess in week 9 to basically secure first place, and then I lost to that princess, and then I lost to David twice. Um, this season I'm in third. There's a high chance I finish in third or fourth. I don't love my odds of getting in the top two. Definitely don't love my odds. I'm 5 points back with 2 weeks left. So I think first place is kind of off the table for me.
Three points out at the moment.
Am I looking at the wrong? I'm looking at something that says 5, but I could be wrong. I'm looking at a spreadsheet, not the website.
Can you
So
count, dude?
are you looking at the prediction spreadsheet?
Mm, no.
Does it?
Are
What
you
I'm
the
looking at
person?
just refreshed, and suddenly
Yeah,
Colin doesn't
you're
have
looking at the
25
predictions.
points anymore.
You're looking at the playoff calculator.
Ah,
Bro,
that'll
you
do
gotta be
it.
kidding me. Wait, Colin hit. You should just kept hitting randomize.
Anyway, I am 3 points out, but I still don't love with how the games play out my chances of. I think there's literally one iteration where I can get first, and Colin has to lose twice, and I'm gonna play him with a princess in one of those weeks.
Did
So
Colin
we'll see how
win?
it all shakes
Oh
out.
yeah, Colin won when you guys played earlier in the season. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Yeah.
not getting first,
no. So
but and
You
you didn't
also
get
need
first last season
Reed
either.
to
So
win out or win. You need to read to win and then lose. Like that exact.
which in theory, I think you finished in second last season.
hmm
Um, which we've added a slight. No, you finished in third. Never mind.
love it.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into some games. We had week 8 this past. I was trying to use any word other than week, but there's no other word to describe what last week is. We kicked it off with an all time grudge match of the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Reed Hot Chili Strikers. Lots of passion involved in this one. I think I deliberately picked it out, or maybe it was already on the schedule. But either way, wanted to get it over with quickly. Um, don't remember too much of what happened. Think we had to pause for a little bit because the YouTube stream was private for some reason. Didn't know you could stream privately on YouTube. That's useless. Um, but I believe that Reed got it in two and looked pretty good doing it. Um, Hamilton, have you had the chance to talk to Reed recently?
I have not about the game week, but I think he's probably pretty confident. He added what, 7 to his GD in this?
Yeah, at
So,
least.
Yeah. Reed's in a
and
good
so
spot right
yeah,
now.
yeah. And he's got the stacked captain, so he doesn't have to run a princess in the off week. So he could run double Yoshi and still be okay if he doesn't make first.
Which I do think this is one of the only good results slash possibly the only win that he has with PD this season. Um, so
He beat me with Petey.
no, he did. Okay,
Yeah.
well, never mind. His captains are good. Has PD2 redeemed himself a little bit this season? Okay, PD2's had a stellar second half of the season. He's up to 1.73 goals per game, 55% win percentage. So we probably can't trash PD2 as much as, yeah, damn, he's number 2 in impact. Reed has 1 and 2 in impact for captains.
Yeah.
That's crazy, and SI as well. So
I think it wasn't not that high coming into this week. I think he skyrocketed this week.
yeah, so that's definitely true, but kind of everything that Reed sort of hoped his team would be at this point in the season. It was a little bit of a rough start. Um, the Milwaukee
I'm
Bucks continue to flounder. Ham, were you saying something?
I am gonna give Reed and PD a quick shout because I think PD finished. I think in the first game had like 6 goals or something absurd like that. Um, he had a ton of Mega Strike goals this week, is what I remember.
Oh yeah, he went off Mega Strike. Let's see. 6 Mega Strike goals and then another 6 regular goals.
Yeah,
Or another 5 regular goals. So he put up 11 goals.
In 2 games?
yeah.
Yeah.
I we don't have our
Out
series
of
score split by series length, but that might be a record.
it- it's 11 of 13 too.
Well, no
So
wonder I was thought PD was still having a mediocre season until that, because
I
that's
mean,
that
1 6 goal game is the second highest ever recorded.
Luigi against Fred Chester.
That is the highest. That's the most goals ever recorded in a series by a character, and he did it in two.
So yeah, pretty good week for PD. Um, with a double balanced Hammer Bro lineup. Not like what Jake's throwing out there is super memorable. But it's not looking good for Jake. He sits
yeah,
We need to
fifth.
win.
He's only 2 points out of playoff contention. We have a much more forgiving MLS format. Um, but I would say stocks for Nepo babies are much higher than Milwaukee. Hamilton, after this week's results, losing to Tanya, would you agree?
yeah. I mean, I put up pretty much my A lineup against Tanya, and she took me behind the woodshed. So I will tip my hat to Tanya and say, hope that Jake somehow keeps her out of playoffs. Then again, Jake has swept me this season, so I don't really know which one of them I really want to see in playoffs.
What's behind the woodshed?
Nothing good.
All right, old Yeller. Um, but this was unlike Series 1. This was definitely a much tighter series. Hamilton was looking pretty good in game 1. I think Tanya went out to an early lead. Hamilton turned around with a mega strike and then never looked back. And then Tanya kind of bit back and with a pretty convincing win in game 2. And then I think it went relatively down to the wire, but Tanya was able to squeak it out. Um, Definitely giving some hope for non Bowser lineups to potentially win, and also to pouring further seeds of doubt as to how the hell Danny did what he did last year. Because that was a straight Danny mimic that just did not get good results.
That being said, I will give Tanya some credit. Like, I got my map pick first, won there. She got a map that was my second ban and got a win there. And then I was a toss up between, I think, Thunder Island and Crystal Canyon for my third and fourth picks, and we ended up at Thunder Island, and she just handled business there. So I think that she did really well with the maps, and I think that's something to be noted. Like I think Danny did well pretty much all of last season with maps because no one was really looking at them.
There are a lot of resources for maps now. You gotta be crafty.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Tanya has a lot of promise moving forward. I think, this season you guys like have kind of gotten a bit of a free pass where she's done a fair amount of trolling and is still kind of finding her place. But I think next season, like pretty much no matter who stays, I think I'd probably have her like in my top 3 most likely to promote. Um, which is definitely scary. We don't need
You
we
could
don't need
you
more
could promote out of
competition.
this. You could promote from where she is still.
That's true. That's true. I feel like that'd be a pretty big dark horse run, though. Would you agree?
Uh,
I don't,
let me look at fitness.
I
Yeah,
don't
she'd
feel
have
like
to
it.
probably she'd have to run a did week in the playoffs unless she did double did down the stretch.
I forgot we had a boo
This,
skill shot too.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
What a beautiful thing, Boob. Look, what a play, dude. What a glow up for Booze this season. Does Boob deploy these bananas? Yeah, deploys the bananas into the top bins Boo skill shot. Debatably the greatest Boo moment we've ever seen right there on screen. Maybe Bull's late second equalizer earlier this season. But yeah, I'd say Tanya has a fair chance, but I wouldn't say it's likely. Um,
Yeah.
just because of the did is a bit of a question mark. Last MLS series of the week though was Fred Chester versus the Warriors. We had both of them in the call. Freddie threw out his best lineup, his only lineup that's done a lick of anything. I mean, other than Waluigi as an individual. Um, Colin, did you have fears coming into this, or were you guys pretty confident?
I felt pretty good. This is one of my top lineups. Uh, just send out the boys to get some work done. Obviously, Fred I think took game two, but we took care of business down the stretch. Still have some room for improvements, but I liked the way the boys played. We moved the ball well. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, tight series. I feel like at this point, earlier in the season, Fred was just kind of getting swept constantly. But I feel like nowadays, even when he loses, he's been going to three a bit more. He's been taking some games off the top dogs, so a little bit more to hang his hat on going into season 5. Because earlier it was a little bit doom and gloom, and his Preds haven't been going that great. So I think any positive that Freddie can take is a good thing in this series, even though he lost was. But little bit of a shakeup, I think, in the MLS standings coming from this week or from the previous week to this week. Collins sits alone on top on 19 points. Reed Hot Chili Strikers in second on 17 points. Double Dry Bones in third on 16 points. Nepo Babies in fourth on 13 points. Milwaukee Bucks in fifth on 11 points, and then Fred Chester United in sixth on 8 points. So segment that we did not prepare for at all, but we can reference what Colin sent out. I think it'd be kind of interesting to think a little bit about different scenarios that can potentially happen in this table. Just because obviously, with 2 weeks left, there's still some variability versus next week, we will have a pretty crystallized picture. So, Colin, win, if you get 4 points, you pretty much seal it, right?
if I get 4 points, I seal it. If I win this week and him loses, I seal it. Um,
Uh,
but I think a more likely scenario is I lose this week, Ham wins this week, and then we come into week 10, me versus Ham, and then Reed versus Tanya. If Reed wins, he'd be through. If Tanya wins, the winner of me and Ham would go through.
Oh, I just realized that you play Reed this week.
I play Reed and Ham down in the
Yeah.
last 2 weeks.
That's big. So, if Reed wins this,
And I'm running Peach.
okay. So Hamilton, you're saying you don't stand much of a chance because it looks like it'll be either of them two.
Yeah.
But if Reed wins in 2,
It's so what it takes is Reed
doesn't
has to
matter.
win in 2.
Does it need to be in 2?
it doesn't need
I
to be in
think so.
2.
'Cause-
But if he
And
wins in
then-
2, that increases, like, that doesn't matter. Because, yeah, if Reed wins, then you're chasing Reed.
Yeah. He needs Reed to. If Ham wins out, Reed wins, and then Reed loses, Ham gets through.
Yeah.
If Reed wins out, Reed is through. If I win out, I'm through. And then if Reed wins and then loses, the winner of me and Ham gets first. That's the scenario.
Which
what
Reed plays against Tanya in week 10.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's
Yes.
not that's not free. Like,
Nope.
Mm-mm.
you're definitely, like, have the lowest probability, but I'd say it's still a pretty decent chunk for you, Ham. Like, especially given the context of the lineups.
The
Ham has a
flip.
Daisy week in there.
Yeah.
Daisy got you
And
some
that's-
points, buddy.
Daisy did give you some points against Yoshi.
Yeah.
Daisy got me good points against Yoshi.
Well, that
But
does
I-
not bode well for you because I mean, Colin has a princess and they're the same, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
But Colin's princess is against Reed.
Yeah.
So it
That's what
could
I'm
be.
saying.
It could very easily. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
There you go. Like that. Yeah.
You taking Daisy to Sandtomb? She's really good there.
She won last week, didn't she?
Yeah, it's like her second win ever. um. Okay, so this week, Hamilton needs to win to keep things close.
Yep.
yes.
And then obviously there's a lot that rides on the Reed Colin game. Colin, even
There's
you
also-
you losing in 3 is really big as well.
I don't think it does change something. I forget. It gives me a tiebreaker somewhere.
Oh wait,
but I don't-
Reed
it doesn't matter
Reed
'cause
sweeps you
Reed
then,
will
right?
have swept me.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Damn.
But another thing to not just focus on the top. Tanya and Jake played this week.
Mhm.
If Jake loses, he's out, and I think Tanya clinches. Tanya will clinch playoffs. If Jake wins, Jake is now in the driver's seat with a game against Fred in week 10, while Tanya has Reed in week 10. And Tanya's running the did.
Who won when they played each other? Tanya? So Jake would not have head to head. So if he wins in 3, then Tanya's still technically in the driver's seat, based off the
yeah,
chasm and
on
goal difference.
Yes.
But
But
if he
he's
wins,
got an
if he
easier
wins in
matchup
2,
in
then
week
it's
10.
fully in his control.
Yes.
And is Freddie gone?
Freddie, hold on. There's one scenario. Freddie needs Jake to sweep week 9. So he needs Jake to sweep Tanya. He needs to win over him. And then in week 10, he needs to sweep Jake. He needs Tanya to sweep to get swept. And then he also needs to make up 8 goal difference over Jake while Jake also gets a sweep win. So he needs to absolutely demolish Jake by 8 in week 10. So it's not good. By 8 plus, more than 8.
Thank you, Doctor Strange.
There's one.
You hear that, Freddie? You're not done yet. But certainly lots to play for, and there will be lots to talk about in predictions. And I feel like now, like, we really enter the meta game of like resting and running captains. Although I feel like for a lot of people, that started weeks ago, especially, like with you two looking ahead and seeing each other down the line in week 10. So it will be very interesting to see how that plays out. And just to be clear, it is second is a huge bonus over third and fourth. Third and fourth, relatively similar in terms of odds to win. But if you're not first, you definitely want to be second. And it could go really any way at this point, which is really exciting. Glad that we expanded to 4.
Yeah.
Just so that way, because I feel like Jake, deserves to be a dark horse, but nothing more. So.
But also, Tanya deserves to be in playoffs in my mind at the same time.
Yeah, that's true. Which is that's kind of like was that the Reed team from last year? I think Reed was kind of the one where he was close for the whole season, but I think he ended up getting stuck on the same amount of points as Jake. But he was competitive for a large chunk. So it's nice that whoever slides into that 4 slot, they're not done.
Yeah.
But that takes us into SPL action. Oh, my blood pressure just rose just watching the intro animations. I played against Eric. Eric continues to look good and threatening with his princess lineups.
Continues to only win games where he scores 1 goal and doesn't give up a goal, though.
Yeah, but he has done that more in the past couple weeks than I feel like we've seen in a couple seasons. I don't know how many 1-goal games there have been, but I don't feel like it's a lot. What week did he make that trade? Was it after week 5?
It was before week 5 because he played Dave with he beat Dave with a princess. I don't remember if that's when
the trade had happened before week 5. Then it's right before we played.
The trade happened right before we did the in-person SPL, which was week 5.
Yeah. Okay, so pre-trade, Eric had 3, 4, 7 points, and I believe post-trade he has 8.
7 points.
I don't think he hasn't gone dry in a single week since the trade, but he only has 1 more point than he did beforehand.
He got swept week 1. He's gotten a point every week since.
Where are we at in terms of our thoughts about the trade now? Because obviously he caught a lot of flack at the time.
Well, he's dropped from 2nd place to 4th place.
Yeah. But he wasn't 2nd place pre-trade.
I think he was. Or no, I guess he was 3rd.
Yeah.
He was in a playoff position.
I'm not sure if he was pre-trade. Because I'm pretty sure he went up. He skyrocketed after he got the 2 wins in a row.
Yeah. I still think he's getting relegated.
Which, my point to that, even if you took that argument about him getting more points, is that he, objectively made the teams below him better too at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is doesn't make a whole lot of sense. He just, he's doing more with the princesses than the other people were, but he also gave away some really good captains to the people directly below him, and it'll probably end up, costing him playoffs, if not relegating, which is, I don't know. Will you guys be sad to see Eric go from SPL?
I think I'm excited to see him with a sock in his mouth if he goes down.
Sacco Formaggio. Looking pretty likely at this point. I think my odds of doing a whole SPL stream with a sock in my mouth are looking it's looking good for me. But the boys got it done in 3. I will say it, could have been a little bit easier. We had to rely on hardcore Mega Strike luck. Shouts out to Daisy for going 0 for 4 in the red. Eric
I think
did
it was
have a
green.
chance. What'd you say?
I think it was green.
Nah, bro. That
Was it
shit.
really red?
Not the quarter speed.
Always the quarter speed.
That's
That's
orange.
red. Yep. Okay.
But
My
the
apologies.
wait, the 4 stays green, or maybe the 4 is always green. 4 is
I think
probably
that's
always
always
green.
green.
Yeah, yeah. So that I feel like on 4 in the red, you're expecting to get 1. You're happy with 1, but I feel like that you expect anytime it's red. I feel like you expect to get 1, unless
Yeah.
you're playing against David, and he has the controller in his hand. Then you're expecting to get out however many it is, plus maybe a couple more. Um, Next series, HC United versus Come On Mr. Monty. This was the rematch of the game 1 howler that Jacob put forward, where he let Wasteland and Sandtomb through. I think that this time Dave just played his map picks very well and won things pretty handily, and think he might have sealed Jacob's fate. So might be losing one of the OG members of SPL, Mr. Fourth Place himself. Not looking good. Um, if Jacob does end up going down to MLS Hamilton, do you have faith in him to come back up?
I don't know. I think that there's let me rephrase that. I think that there's some really good talent in MLS right now. So, I mean, one of Reed, Colin, and I is not going to promote. Tanya's looking very good. And if somehow Eric stays up, then someone else is coming down from SPL. And those are all people who manage pretty well and take it pretty seriously. So, I
Plus a
don't know
former
how much.
champion sitting down there as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Forgot about that. But so like I don't think it's an easy shout. I don't know if he does it right away, but like any day could be anyone's season. I think he'll make his way back up, but I think he might have to change some character vibes. Maybe step away from Mr. Monty and the Yosh.
Did you just come up with that on the spot? Any day could it be anyone's season?
Yep.
There's a whole lot of wisdom there. You heard it here first. Yeah, but I think that's a really good point, and I think unfortunately, right now, Freddie is kind of sitting as like a measuring stick of how much more competitive things have. What? Um, Sorry, got distracted by that. Forgot about that. Um, Freddie's unfortunately become a good measuring stick at how much more competitive things have become, and also kind of the importance of needing to evolve, um,
Yeah.
which is probably what Jacob has to do at this point. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see if he's able to pick himself up. He loves bootstraps, so that's probably a tale for next season. Final game of the week was, I think, if my memory serves me right, I think this was a banger. Um, Danny versus Garrett, Bowser versus Petey, and it ends up being the tale that is as old as time at this point. Colin, do you have SPL reference pulled up right now?
Yep.
What's the Bowser Petey matchup at this point?
Those are PD 17-9.
17-9.
It's
Um,
easily the most played matchup, and it's kind of domination. Almost a 66% win percentage.
which what were Garrett's picks? He let lava and thunder through? That's a bit of a generational troll. I'm not gonna lie. I'm stalling while I try and I actually
He's 0-6 versus Bowser on Thunder.
you said PD is,
Yeah,
and it's you said that was Thunder, not Lava.
Thunder 1-2 on Lava.
Yeah, because
The only map that PD leads is Sand Tomb with ties on Dump Vanilla and never having played Wastelands or Stormship.
I didn't catch that at the time of the series, but I'm not gonna lie. For a result that Garrett really needed to get, that's not a good look. Those are Bowser's two best maps, definitively, um, except when Hamilton's coaching. Um, so rough. Garrett definitely could have used that win, but he still got a point. Still not out of contention, but definitely a bit more of a difficult path. Um, Geez, I didn't even process that at all. Um, so SPL standings. HC United in first on 20 points. Spread triple option in second on 16 points. The Bridesmaids in third on 15 points. Goose Crusade also on 15 points. Sorry, I forgot who Goose Crusade was. The Uprising in fifth on 12 points, and Come On Mr. Monty in sixth on 8 points. So, situations here. If Dave wins,
Dave wins, he's first.
he's first. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
If Jacob, to go to the other side and get just the obvious ones out of the way. If Jacob loses, he's done. Or if Garrett wins, he's done.
which is tough.
Yeah.
Garrett definitely has to play dead at least one more time.
This week, I believe.
Yeah, it's this week. So that helps. That helps Jacob. Who do they play? Jacob plays Danny. Garrett plays
Garrett has
Eric.
Eric.
So, well played by Garrett. Not gonna lie.
I'd put Jacob's survival chance at about a 1%.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna ask, is it good to not have a good captain against the princess? Like, I feel like that at this point, Eric has made it so you must demand respect from his princesses.
I think for Garrett, what he needs to do is go all out for points. He's probably going to be fifth. That's the most likely situation. If he wants to make playoffs, the only way through is to win both. And the best way to win both is to win one, sneak a win against a princess with Diddy, and then throw PD out against a good team and get another win.
Sure.
To your point, Hamilton, I still feel like you have to throw your B captain against Eric, just because it's like if you're thinking about like the statistical, like the probability difference between like the other team's chance and your chance to win, like you just minimize it by running your captain against Eric than you do versus like any other A captain.
That's fair.
So that's at least my mindset. But I mean, you are right. He has got it done, but I would not be flinching about pulling the trigger versus, PD versus the Dead. Although I think the Dead has a better chance of beating Bowser at this point than PD does, which feels wild to say out loud. So
But
for
Garrett doesn't have to play Bowser anymore. Although I guess he did last week, but yeah.
Garrett to get to playoffs,
But I do a
he
Garrett scenario.
needs to.
He needs to win out. Clearly.
I mean, but what if Danny and I don't play each other? So if we both lose,
Okay. If you both lose, I mean, you'd have to lose.
we both have to lose both weeks.
for him to not have to.
for him to make playoffs.
Yeah, probably.
So
There it
not
is.
likely, but possible. But he's looking comfortable in the 4-5.
And you swept him, yeah. So that's
Yeah, so effectively he's just as close to me as he is to Danny, which is rough.
yeah. Danny could win one.
And then
You have to lose out. Danny could win one.
does Garrett have head to head over him?
No, in this scenario, you lose out and you drop to fifth.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Um, and then Eric, even though he's kind of doesn't feel good, he still has things relatively in his hands.
Yeah.
Especially they play against each other, so
I mean, if Eric wins out, goes up to second. Just kidding. Someone has cleared out the rest of the board.
Yeah.
bro, get off the playoff calculator. um, yeah. So the second through fourth, there's not really like a lot of like scenarios that you have to play through. It's just basically you win and you're good.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put a whole lot out there. It's kind of all up in the air. Going into week 10, I'll have some more definitive stuff. But I mean, second through four, there's 1 point. And none of you play each other. No, Danny plays Eric week 10.
Well, something that is not up in the air is predictions. Colin has decided to be an asshole. And not only have a good season, but also have a great predictive season.
Not how it works, Colin.
Yeah, man, sitting just above 70% with a 6 pred lead over second, effectively. Probably 5 points thanks to Mr. 42 right here. Shouts out to Jackie. But yeah,
Are we not to interrupt? Are we going into Preds or are we doing other segment?
All Star.
Yeah.
That's my next tab.
Okay.
Let me see, a little tiny leak up here. Sorry, I was just getting Preds out of the way. But anyway, there's kind of you can break this. I mean, I fucking love making a tier list. First place, own tier S, A, B, C, pretty definitively. What a comeback by Freddie to nestle himself.
Well, that's the light gray automatically gets put at the bottom. They don't have enough picks, but Freddie is back above 50%.
Yeah, I mean he's within touching distance of us. Like he's made some moves in the past few weeks. Went 4 for 6 this week, and I think he went about the same last. So now that's the fight for the silver picker is kind of what we got to put our eyes on.
I think it's very easy to see.
How the
Everyone's
math
made the
works
same
out.
amount of Preds.
Oh yeah, that's great. Hamilton loves being like 1% higher than me. Next season, you gotta submit all 10 weeks. But if you haven't been on the website, there's a little banner going on at the top here. Oh, what's this? Click here, vote for SPL All Stars. I might as well.
I love how obnoxious I made that thing.
Once again, the absolute workhorse of SPL has done our jobs for us and created another wonderful all-star platform. So we're not gonna submit a podcast ballot. We're just gonna basically talk through just the different options, just the things that jump out to us. I feel like kind of for a lot of categories, I haven't submitted yet, but I did look through. For a lot of categories, I feel like first team is relatively obvious, but second and third team, I feel like for pretty much every category is really hard.
I
Um,
agree.
Yeah.
so jumping off the board here to me, is I feel like PD has had like a really sleeper season for Garrett. 56% win percentage, 1.88 goals per game, over one in strikers index, and then kind of above five for impact. I feel like that kind of like checks all the boxes that you look for like a captain season. Um, and then you
I
look at
also
what are you gonna say?
I also want to give Daisy a shout. Like, I know that she does not have the stats to back it up, but the fact that Daisy is a potential all-star is just kind of crazy to me. The fact that she has a 50% win percentage is also kind of crazy to me. So, like, I am gonna give Eric some credit for managing to get Daisy up that high. Like, that's not easy to do.
Which we should
Um,
probably keep that in mind when we're doing a manager of the season.
yeah,
So shouts out, good point, Ham.
I mean, Mario 2 is 75% win percentage.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's the best
Highest
on
on
the
the
board.
board.
I don't see anything higher than that.
that's true.
Um, so I mean, like for me, I'd say like you look at PD. I mean, that's incredible. Bowser's like pretty much in lockstep with that, but just slightly worse in everything. So I feel like that has to be your one and two, and then I don't really care who goes in third. So Hamilton, would you say your shout would be Daisy?
I mean, it definitely could be. I mean, it's tough to not go that direction. I'm trying to remember what I did on my ballot. I just can't right now. But it's impressive to see Daisy with a 50% win percentage. I just that's all I can say.
Yeah. And then, do you think anyone's gonna show any love to Yoshi, Colin?
Uh,
It's tough when she's sitting there, the -5 goal differential and a 38% win percentage. But a decent amount of goals, good impact, just not getting the wins.
Yeah, and they're kind of like the only outlier when it comes to plus minus. Um, so that's tough.
yeah,
So top midfield. So when I think
Just a
about
just a heads up for other people when you're looking through this. There's instructions, but I assume no one read them. Um, the top number in the color is their stats at the position you're voting for, and the bottom stat in bold is their total stats for the whole season.
Austin has made that very simple to read if you're listening and want to switch to video.
yeah, if you're on audio and you didn't listen to anything like that Colin said, like I just did, you can turn on video right now. Um, okay, but top midfield. I feel like when I think about top midfield, I think about goals per game.
Yeah,
Um, and if you're not above one, I don't really care. So already, anyone down here, I'm kind of not really paying attention to. Um, so I think for me, I got to look at damn. I think I'm probably looking at Eastwood here. The,
Eastwood is actually Eastwood. Fun fact, I believe these stats live update, but Eastwood's currently leading all time goals per game in a season. I think is setting a new record
that's
as
the
we speak.
that's the 1.12, correct?
Yes, that's the 1.12.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
for a sidekick.
I'm gonna give God some love. Garrett named God, and then God has been godlike. Um, and it's impressive, genuinely. Like, I think God's got like at least two skill shot goals, which is insane. Um, Birdos don't hit skill
Obviously,
shot goals.
not the most impressive overall, but when you consider the positional capabilities of God at the top mid spot,
Yeah,
strong performance.
God is good. Um, I feel like I'm a little bit put off by Montgomery. Um, I know like that this is for the top midfield position, but I do feel like you kind of have to look at like what they do holistically. So I feel like this may come across as biased, but honestly, I hate Markley. So take that with a grain of salt. But I feel like I'm more impressed by Markley's stats than I am by Montgomery's. How do y'all feel?
I feel like that just shows like really poor management of Montgomery. Like he's having a hell of a season in top mid and has played 3 games outside of top mid, and the stats suck. Um, so I don't know what the manager of Goose Crusade is doing. Doing something right because he's winning with princesses, but he's not doing something right on terms of Montgomery. So he needs to figure that out.
So I feel like we're kind of are we in sync for Eastwood number one?
I agree with that.
I mean, record-setting season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then I feel like just like the sheer like pop potential of God is like hard to ignore.
Yeah.
But
There's a
I feel like
toss-up
if you were like
between
looking at
anyone.
like advanced metrics like impact and plus minus, then you might start to look at Hammer Bro 7 and Markley. Um, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's a toss-up there. Like it could go to anyone.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where the votes fall. But
Yeah.
definitely some strong candidates. So bot midfield, I feel like I don't know about you guys, but I have a bit more of a difficult time like
I
figuring
mean,
out like
Coop
what I really am looking for in a
is having a
bottom
good
midfielder.
season there. I mean, look at that. Look at that plus minus on Coop. 13 for the whole season.
Yeah,
It's a fair shout. That's a fair
Some
shout.
good
I
goals.
definitely,
Got some good goal output.
yeah. I feel like I don't even punish like a bottom midfielder for having like a low goals per game. Like I feel like it probably has to be, like close to point 0.5 for me to like
yeah,
put respect on it. But like the advanced metrics there like don't lie.
yeah.
Um I think after this season we're going to have like a real goat debate. Um I think we have enough data on sidekicks where that could be interesting. And I feel like Coop is definitely in the pantheon. Everyone else here kind of sucks.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't like Dry Bones 8 Dry Bones 8's numbers?
All
Um,
of them are negative.
this position was not great. I got to be honest. In the SPL, there's been a lot of moving around. There has not been a lot of consistently good bottom midfielders in the SPL.
All right. Right now I'm kind of eyeing up like Toad 8 at the top of the table versus Toad 7 at the bottom. You know, Toad 7 when they play bottom midfield, they kind of don't lose. Um Stats are really good,
They do
but
anything else though?
what'd you say?
So did they do anything while they're there?
That's a good point. Point 0.2 goals per game. Toad 8 has double that in double the games played. Okay, the more I look at Toad 8, the more impressed I am. I also want to know what happened in that fifth series that takes them from 1.31 to minus 0.19 impact.
Danny never played Toad 8 anywhere else again. So they lost by 4.
Yeah. Um, Ham, any thoughts?
El Martillo, pretty good name. Might
Marty.
be worth it. Like I mean, at this point, I don't know what else I'm looking at. So might just vote on names.
I mean, he is one of the only ones who's named, and Coop isn't even like a real name. So,
Yeah, I might give it on that.
I mean, bro, this has to be the most average ass season I've seen in my life.
Especially from a hammer, bro.
Oh, yeah. That is
This
like
was not a good position. I'm not gonna lie.
this is like exactly what you'd expect. Um, I personally feel like Coop is a lock. First team, and then
Yep.
2 and 3 is probably the Toads in whichever order.
Yeah.
Um, defense. I mean,
Well, I'm
I'm
gonna
just
state
looking.
that
I'm just looking at Bay down here, man.
I
The
am
free agent
positive
Bay.
that I did get Bay on my ballot.
That's the one thing you're certain of.
I'm positive of that fact.
Bay
This is
Bay is doing all right in the voting right now.
Bay's got good stats. Can't argue against it. Uh,
What about Toad 4? So
Good win
60% win
percentage.
percentage.
64 overall.
It's not bad.
No.
I'm guessing they're getting a little bottom midfield play in there as well, which bumps them up to 0.29 goals a game. I mean, I feel like I like that a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Fluff. I don't know. Fluff's putting in some goals from the back. Good win percentage. Good impact.
I mean, other than Fluff and Toad 4. Sorry, other than Fluff and Bay, is Toad 4 the only other one with a positive goal differential?
In
I
the
think so.
position, yes. If you
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not. I'm just looking position.
Yeah, I feel like you could have a very real debate between Bay and Fluff. Like, I feel like a lot of people are probably going to go for Bay. But I feel like you like 0.55 from defense, playing defense. Plus, I mean, you talk about like expectations put on your back. Imagine you're a Birdo and someone trades you for Bowser Jr. Like, how are you supposed to live up to that? And I'm not going to lie, from a defensive position, that's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of our most competitive first team
Yeah.
um, bids, but it does come down to those two. Um, garbage. I guess you got to go Shy Guy.
This for this, you don't need to vote anyone. You can say no to all of them. Is this just, do you think they deserve to be an all-star or no? You can vote all three yes, you can vote all three no.
What's gonna
There's no guaranteed utility all-star. It's if someone gets enough votes that they deserve to be an all-star, they'll get a shout.
what is enough votes?
I said it as at least 50% to get second team and at least 60% to get first team.
Hamilton, do you remember if you voted for anyone?
I'm pretty sure I voted no across the board. All of them
I,
have negative impact.
I can tell you. And I'll say these weren't specifically picked out. These were just the three people who qualified. There's across six ballots, so there have been two yeses thrown in.
Well,
I
let's
think one
see.
of
One
them
of
was
which
Tori.
by an owner of one of the players.
Was one of them Tori?
One of them by a non-manager. Tori gave a shout out to T in their minus 19 goal difference. I don't know who this other vote was.
All right. Well, last thing for SPL is manager. I feel like, unless someone is really making something crazy work with low expectations, it's really hard to give it to anyone who's, not first. Um, and I 100% think that Dave deserves it for the season.
Yeah,
I think
it's
we
got to
put
be
David
Dave.
in a really high tier at the start of the season in our tier ranking list, and he's lived up to his expectations from that tier ranking list. So I agree that I think he deserves to be first.
That's true. Like, at some point, like, with how highly we rated Dave, does that penalize him for just kind of achieving the success that we all forecasted?
I think it penalizes him, but I think he's done well enough that he still deserves it.
Okay, well you've convinced me to open up the conversation. Like, what do we think about Danny's miraculous second half turnaround?
Well, that was
I
gifted.
mean, he negotiated a great trade. If you've heard the story, he waited and just wasn't by his phone, and Eric renegotiated the terms against himself. So you gotta give Danny some credit for just not responding right away.
Yeah, that's big. Although, is that how Eric secured Fluff? It
I
was the
think so.
it was the
I think
Birdo,
that's why
right?
Fluff has good stats.
Yeah.
Good
Which,
point.
if you need a defender, that's probably better than a hammer.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
but I do think that Dave definitely deserves some respect for the season that he's put together. So that would be mine. Colin, do you have any thoughts?
Uh, no, I think Dave should be up top for sure.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Honestly, shouts out to Dave.
I just realized that this is based on the I made the coaches in the order of the points when I typed them in, and now it's not an order of points, and it bothers me, but I don't feel like fixing it.
I think people can read.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a wrap on MLS. I mean, SPL. We go to MLS. Striker. Um. Holy shit. Yoshi is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, she's going nuts. All the other captains who are scoring have terrible plus minuses.
Is that the current impact record for a single season?
Let me check.
I looked earlier. Yep, that is currently the single season impact record. Um, whether or not he can do it for the rest of the season, um, is a bit of a question mark. Because I'm pretty sure Dave's Warriors sat at that precipice last year, um, and ended up just below 7. But I feel like he's probably first team. Hamilton, what do you think?
I I'm torn just slightly. It's only 4 games, so the impact's I think inflated a little bit. Warriors at a 5.7 impact with a plus minus of 22, which is pretty insane in my mind.
Mm,
Um, and almost
That's
70% win
almost
percentage,
that's one off the highest all time with games to play.
for what?
plus
Plus
minus.
minus.
Oh, shouts
I
out,
I,
shouts
I
out to Freddie.
yeah. Um, I think it's between those two for sure. And then I think I looked down at the bottom of the table at Milwaukee Bucks with Donkey Kong. Another high impact, good goals per game,
Others winning.
barely.
PD should maybe have been on here, but PD when we made the list, PD hadn't done anything.
What's PD's impact on the season right now? I'm just curious.
PD to
You guys can't see what I'm doing right now, can you?
uh 6.3. Yeah,
Good
PD
Lord.
maybe should have been a late addition to the board.
Don't worry, podcast viewers. I'm giving the goat the recognition that he deserves, and Colin refuses to acknowledge. The real
Yeah,
golden boot of the MLS is on the board.
I don't know what you've done.
yeah,
It's
I've got
okay.
no idea what he's doing.
You'll just have to watch like you do every week.
Oh,
Yeah, so I feel like it's kind of just a question of what you put the most weight on. Um, when are ballots due?
I don't know.
Because I feel like I feel like there's a higher chance that Wario continues exactly what he's doing than Yoshi holds on to that for the last 2 weeks.
the question is it before week 9 or before week 10?
I would say before week 10 so we can announce them after week or like before we record the podcast after week 10.
Yeah, I'd say before week 10 because I
Yeah,
also feel like
before
if you
week 10.
yeah because like if we're like you guys have submitted now, like if
Yeah.
people have 2 extra weeks of data and 2 extra, like even if it's not reflected on this board, it's still in their mind.
Yeah.
The stats will update.
Well, I find
Just
that even more problematic. So
yeah.
I will say before week 10's games, ballots have to be in,
Yeah.
and we can announce that. Um, but so that I do think that that'll be a close race, especially if there are a fair amount of week 9 voters, which we're at 5 of 12 right now, effectively.
Well, 5 of 13 or 4 of 12 plus 1.
4 of 12 plus 1. There we go. Shout out Tori. Um, Top mid. You guys don't score goals, huh?
No.
Hammer Bro scores.
That's true. So yeah, Hammer Bro first team.
Life Alert
Probably.
scores a good amount. Life Alert's been really good.
I like Life Alert as well. I like Young Ho Coop just for the name. Gonna
I
throw that out there.
I really like Monto. Um,
Well,
I,
those stats aren't great. I'm not gonna lie.
They're
I
really good at the top mid position.
Negative impact, negative
They're
plus minus.
above shit in the top mid position.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. There is a very non-zero chance that Monto gets my third ballot.
Let's go.
Let me see
He
how
deserves
Is
it.
Montes
it deserved? I mean, who else is really going there?
Toad Toad 2 has almost a 1 impact.
In 2 games, though.
That's a good
Those are
point.
probably just the 2 times he played against you, Hamilton.
That's a very good point. Fuck that Toad.
I will say, I don't think that they're gonna win, but this is another very Hammer Bro season from Hammer Bro. Shout out to Hammer Bro for being Hammer Bro, Hammer Bro 4. But yeah, we need more named sidekicks. I hate these generic, like, who are you? Hammer Bro 5. Um any other thoughts on top mid?
I'm good.
No,
The silence speaks volumes.
Hammer Bro
And also you
5.
guys saying that you're good speaks
Yeah.
volumes. Bottom mid. Wow.
Big Egg has 0.09 goals per game.
They got their first one, I think, this past week, or it was either the week,
Yeah.
it was either this week or the week before.
We needed a Freddie. We needed a second Freddie nominee.
No. I just like it's a very precise number. I was impressed.
I like Jake's Koopa 7, 80% win percentage, no goals.
Yeah. 0 goal involvements is crazy. Um,
That Koopa definitely played against him with an 80% win percentage.
yeah.
Mrs. Monty's scoring a goal per game in 2 games at the position.
Yeah. I think he goes,
Uh,
surprise, surprise, Colin's got a
Dry
good
Bones
team. Mrs.
3.
Monty and Dry Bones 3. Wow, Colin picked the sidekicks, made his look
Yeah,
good.
Colin, which one's your favorite child?
Between these two,
Yeah.
Mrs. Monty. On my entire team, we're gonna have to scroll down to see my favorite child.
Um yeah, I think Mrs. Monty's a very good candidate. I think that this is like the perfect application of the positional um difference,
Yeah.
which is cool to see. Um Shout out Colin for the literal millionth time. Defense. Battle of the Boos.
Cool, 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 cool.
I mean, it's hard to deny Bull.
Yeah.
Like what more do you want from your defender? And then also a defensive Boo scoring zero point 0.5 goals per game. We were talking about Birdo. This is a Boo.
Yeah.
And does he have this? He doesn't have a skill shot goal, does he?
He does have a skill shot
He
goal.
has one? Oh my god. Like, what more do you want? I know it's not going to be, but it better be unanimous.
It's not.
Boob is
But my
also
guy,
up there in my mind.
Boob's doing well. Dry Bones at the top's pretty good. Even that Shy Guy's got been good when used on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the defenders look so much better than the bottom
Yeah.
midfielders.
Defenders look better than the top midfielders, too. Y'all just don't score.
Yeah.
Young Wei gets a second nominee,
Young Wei.
Put him in.
right?
Yeah.
But I
Does
feel
he?
like it's a battle of the Boos. And then that Dry Bones would probably be my next shout. Collins
Good shout,
Koopa
good
is,
shout, good
is
shout.
really solid, but I just feel like it's kind of outshined and hasn't played that many series.
It really has. That Koopa's been paired up with Peach, which is surprising that his stats are that good.
Yeah. But definitely some solid nominees for defense. And some actual nominees for utility.
Yeah.
There's one.
Yeah.
How did Young Ho Coop not get here? He's in two spots.
I don't think he played bottom mid. You only played him at top mid in defense.
Because Coops are bad at the top.
I feel
Like,
like, Jack, definitely, like, if my question is
all
just
right.
yes or no all-star, I feel like the Shy Guy also could, that's not bad.
Not bad. It's not all-star.
Is it all-star though?
It could be second team all-star.
It's up to you to decide. If you disagree with our choices, fill out a ballot. No consolation at github.io/allstar.html.
I got all that.
Case sensitive.
Colin,
Only all in star capitalized.
You've never won. You've never won manager all-star, have you?
Season 2, I think I was second team manager.
Mm-hmm.
With the did I was given credit for doing not horrendous with the did lineup.
Which definitely deserves respect. Because there's some people who had similar captains to you that got, I think it's debatably less value.
Debatably.
I think the princesses in season 2 did just fine. Not historically bad.
Yeah, let alone the fact that Colin didn't have a choice and you did.
Yeah.
I could have taken Mario, but then I ended up beating Mario anyway, so
Yeah.
I give this to Colin. I
Yeah.
think he's done well this season.
I think Reed's also had a good season. I think Reed's in a good spot to finish top of the table. Just needs to take care of business.
I think my third choice goes to Tanya. Just rookie manager, having a pretty decent season. She's trolled around a little bit, but she's still in playoffs. She just
Or
beat me.
Snipes.
Yeah.
This is going to sound like Reed
Not-
hate. But I feel like, I guess there's a third spot. But I feel like, like if I compare like, expectations to performance, like Reed is pretty much done exactly what was expected. I do feel like Colin has achieved well and beyond what we thought of his team, like based off just, like auction. Like I feel like people were genuinely sad for Colin after the auction just because they're like, oh no, Colin's going to be shit again. Which to be fair, I guess the more that I think about that, more that kind of deducts from Tanya because they have the same team effectively. So yeah, probably 1 and 2, Colin and Reed. maybe Fred at 3. Um, but submit your ballots. You heard it here first. You have until before week 10. I'm sure we'll put that in writing as well. But good fun. Do we want to run it on rookie bots again this season, or do we want to put them on 5?
Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll decide day of probably because it could not matter less.
Fully charged ball, big or devastating hits.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. We gotta amp up the effects. Well, prediction time. Colin's kind of
It
making this.
matters.
Yeah, Colin's making this boring.
We can still make preds. It's still
Put 'em
fun to
on.
talk about the next week. It's not all about the golden picker.
Why don't we make Colin go first?
I like it.
Okay.
We also have a Dave Fred Reed picks if we want the counter pod
Yeah,
boys.
I'm always down for counterpod.
Tanya versus Jake. Let me pull up the rosters. This is a big one.
Really important.
Tanya is running the Did, Birdo, Monty, Shy Guy.
Why couldn't you have run that last week, Tanya? Huh?
And I don't know if this has ever happened. Jake's not running a Birdo. Jake cannot run a Birdo this week.
Boo Koopa Toad.
If that is
He's got Boo Koopa Toad though, which honestly, he runs Donkey Kong, Boo, Koopa, Toad. If he puts Koopa top mid, that's Dave's A lineup. Just with a Boo.
that's pretty promising.
Against Did.
I'm gonna double check
Give me
myself.
Jake. Jake in 3.
Do you know what's crazy? Jake did that in I think week 3 and lost.
Oh wow.
This
To me.
this makes SPL makes sense. He lost to Reed.
To Reed.
He did
I still
play
believe him.
he did play Toad at bottom mid and Boo at defense, which I feel like is slightly suboptimal. But it's crazy that he ran that lineup and didn't win.
And Reed, that would have been Reed's first time pulling out Yoshi.
Yeah. So that's tough. Um,
I'm still taking Jake in 3.
I'm taking Tanya in 3.
Taking Jake in 2.
Got too many dang things open. Dave's gone Jake in 2. Fed has gone Tanya in 3. And Red has gone Tanya in 3.
So, well, this is satisfying to look at. Oh, Fred ruined the symmetry. Freaking Fred from week 1.
I think Reed put most of his in week 7 too. I don't know if he's going back and changing them at any point. But
He is what if he remembers in time, but he put them all in so at least he's eligible for Golden Picker. Was his statement. But
I
he
think
is
he's out of contention. I don't know how math works. 16. Yeah, he's done. Probably, unless I.
He's
he's done.
eligible. He is not in contention. He's eligible, and that's what he
could be
wanted.
eligible.
Hamilton versus Freddy next.
I'll leak it.
Ham versus
Plan Bowser.
Fred. Waluigi, Hammer Row, Koopa. Oh, it's double Hammer Row. Ham's winning.
You're actually playing Bowser?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the smart move as well, because you don't want to get stuck in a situation where you have to run Daisy out in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Hamilton doesn't even want first, bro.
I don't. I want to stay in MLS forever.
I'm going ham.
Bring
I'm going
Dave
ham
back
in
down
two.
here so you can keep me here.
Freddie, man. Ham, what's your pick?
Freddie and
How
three.
hard are you
Freddie.
defecating?
Oh my god, dude. You're disgusting. Change your pants, bro. Oh my god. Man just wears adult diapers. My plan for catching Colin and Pix was just to reverse him every single thing, but Waluigi double hammer bros so bad. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm going ham in two.
You can't just give up ground for free.
Yeah, that doesn't work either.
The pod boys have all gone ham in two. The counter pod boys, I mean.
So that's an absolute guarantee from the counterpod.
Yeah.
Did I make that purple
And
last time?
it could be almost an absolute guarantee, except for the CDO for the company.
Look, it's a good pick. It's a good pick.
What are you, like, CTO, Colin? I'm like COO.
I don't know what T and O stand for. Technical?
Chief Technical
An
Officer,
operating?
Chief
Chief
Operating
operating
Officer,
officer?
and then Chief Defecating Officer.
In charge of all the bathrooms.
I think those fit one more than the others, but that's all right. Colin versus Reed, but you're locked into Peach.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it Reed in 3.
Yeah.
If you're Reed here, do you run Petey?
Why?
So we can go Yoshi.
Oh. Also, I'm trying to get this right in my head. If you go Petey, then you don't have to worry about Sand Tomb. Because if you're Yoshi, then you don't want to go to Wasteland, and then you also really don't you don't want to go to Sand Tomb even more than normal.
Yeah.
So
No, Petey. Oh, yes. Sorry. Petey's good on Santoon, as we established last week.
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, if Reed is listening right now, he's getting some very good free intel for no reason. Well, let's see, Hamilton. What else? What other tips can we give Reed for how to beat Colin? Let's look at his lineup.
I can't.
Running the same Peach
Colin
lineup I've run every Peach week.
Okay. It's not for me to leak Reed's lineup, but I think I know what his lineup is.
Gotcha.
I already submitted mine, so it doesn't really matter. But it's not gonna change what I'm doing. But you do not need to leak what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think. All right. What makes things more interesting if it's in 2 or 3? You can give your pred one.
It doesn't matter. I don't think.
I'm gonna go Reed in 2.
If that happens, then Reed goes into first.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you guys play.
Yep.
And Colin's only 2 points up on you. Colin's 3 points up. Colin's 3 points up
on him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go.
So yeah,
and 2 makes it more fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter, because then you guys just play in winner.
Winner between me and Ham is gonna be higher.
I'm gonna go.
Unless I win this week and he loses.
I gotta start making ground up on Colin somehow. I'm going Colin in 2. What'd you say, Ham?
Reed in 2.
Oh, but damn, that's boring. Then Colin just wins. I love me some narrative.
You're down 6 on me. So you only got to catch up 3 this week and then 3 next week.
We're all
You've got the perfect advantage.
Yeah.
Oh no. Austin, what have you done?
The guarantee. Sealed it. Exactly what Colin wanted.
Uh, Dave has gone Reed in three. Freddie's gone me in three, and Reed has gone Reed in three.
That's a prime fed from deep moment.
That's an interesting spelling of my name.
I can't recover that. It's just-
It was like there was like a semicolon.
You said read in three for red.
Yeah, yeah. Red went red.
Dave versus me. I have no clue what I'm doing for this. So I'm as lost as you guys are.
Dave does not have the A lineup. It's Luigi Triple Toad.
Austin's got everyone but Spanky, which is driver on 6.
I have like four different ideas that I've been cycling through. Six if you count the trade that I just called off.
I
He's
think
got
Austin gets it done, but Dave gets his point, secures his spot in the playoffs.
I was gonna say he's got no Kate, he's got no DB9, he's got no Donkey Kong. None of them are all stars. Give me Dave in 3.
Wow.
Toad four's on the board.
Yeah, that's my point. He's missing all the people who aren't all stars.
He has we gave Toad four his flowers, right?
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. Toad four is
I think we
legit.
mentioned Toad seven as well. I think Terry's the only one who's actually not on the board. The fuck is Terry doing? What the fuck, Terry?
Terry, what the all time. All time. Oh man. I feel like
Kate.
Sorry,
I
Tari.
feel like I don't know if like I've tried both defecation and confidence. No, I remember I unlocked a new meta. Dave in two. Um, it's like spamming
Uh,
Discord DMs complimenting the other manager.
oh,
So
we've got some defecation here. Austin in three, and then we've got Austin in two, and then we've got Austin in two.
this series reeks. Wow, that's horrible to
Oh
look at.
God, that's horrendous.
I chose the wrong blue. Danny versus Jaco. Rip Jaco.
Rico does not have Yoshi.
He's
He also
probably
does
gonna
not have
lose in
Todd.
3.
Yep. Mhm.
Colin,
What you got?
what's your take?
What does Danny do here? Danny is in second. It's probably unlikely he gets first, as I'm assuming Danny's thought process. Which means I'm gonna guess Danny just tries to get a win here with Bowser, runs Bowser Jr. Week 10, and then goes into the playoffs with Bowser. So I'm gonna give it to Danny. Um, Jacob always goes to game three, doesn't he? He's not going to game three. Danny in two. Although Jacob did take a lava pit off him with Waluigi earlier. I'm still gonna give it to Dan in two.
Dan in 3.
Colin's picks are too reasonable. Jaco in 3. Waluigi finishes what he started earlier this season. He beat Bowser on Lava Pit. He just needs one more map to go his way.
Danny two, Danny three, Danny three. That means we would almost have three full 6-man guarantees, except we've got one holdout for each one.
Look, one of them's completely reasonable.
Eric
I don't
versus
think any of
Garrett.
them are that
Wow.
reasonable.
I want to go first.
Okay.
Give me Eric in 3.
You got any thoughts
Garrett's
behind that?
Garrett's running the did, and I think he's underestimating the princess. Eric's proved that he can win with him. I think it goes to 3, but I think that Eric has Peach and gets it done.
Have you looked at
I
Eric's
think that
sidekicks?
no T, no Eastwood. I see that. I'm not worried.
Oh, Monty Shy Guy. No, Eastwood is brutal. Eastwood has been hard carrying Eric's goals. Eastwood's
No.
averaging more than a goal per game, and Eric barely scores a goal per game.
We talked about fluff. We talked about Saquondo. Eric gets it done. It's like 2-1-0 wins. I want to be completely clear,
Hmm.
but Eric gets it
Give
done.
me the rat. G Rat
I didn't know where you were going with that at all.
in 3.
Grat.
How about the kid?
Oh, I'm also going Garrett. In 3. That's just, mainly comes from a place of spite, and I want to see Eric stumble. I just think that one of the hardest working managers in SPL deserves a little love, and to stay in SPL for next season. Where's the counter pod going?
Eric 3, Garrett 2, Garrett 3. I would also like to point out this
Can
is
you please say that
likely
again? All those sound like you just said the same thing over and over again.
Eric in 3,
Mm-hmm.
Garrett in 2 for Freddie, and then Garrett has picked himself. Reed has picked Garrett in 3.
In 3?
Garrett submitted one pred and it was just himself.
No, I just misread it. What I was gonna say was that there's a very real chance that this is a preview of the play out game.
Very real
It's a
chance.
preview, but it's not at the same time. There's no PD.
Yeah, yes, coaches, managers, but not the same teams, most likely. Because I think what did we say for stamina for that game? You have to plan for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
That's
it's just a
live.
continuation.
Yeah. The only one that it was just a weird tiebreaker situation that there was no stam.
Yeah.
Quattro Formaggi?
I'm so glad I turned that so far down.
Dude, that's going to be Quattro Formaggi Chef's Kiss when Eric gets relegated by PD. And then he has to
yes.
Quattro Formaggi with a sock in his mouth because he traded PD away.
If Garrett beats Eric in the play out game with a 4 for 4 from PD for the ultimate Quattro Formaggi, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something wild.
You heard it here first.
Bro, Colin, calm down. Colin, calm down. Calm down.
I'm gonna take my pants off.
Okay.
Off camera.
What are you going to do with them?
I'm gonna put them on my head.
Going crazy.
Still off camera?
Yeah.
Guys, I just took my pants off and put them on my head.
Pretty insane, Austin.
I know. Yeah, that's it for episode 40. This has been the No Consolation podcast. Vote for All Stars. Tune in for week 9, which
Quattro Formaggi?